In case you haven't already heard by now, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a really good show. But what if you want to play a game that was inspired by the show? You'd expect it to be good, but actually you don't have a lot of options because usually they're pretty bad. But then some random fans on the internet decided to do a really good job making a Roblox game called Project Bending 2, and it is an amazing avatar game. So when the game starts, you choose what bending you want to use. I chose Firebending first. Firebending is pretty good for close range combat with a bunch of spin kicks and fire punches and stuff like that. They also have some fire blasts, but they don't really shoot very far. Plus you can charge up your firebending until it turns blue and you'll do much more powerful attacks. But while I was trying to learn my bending, some random guy just comes over here and starts absolutely comboing me with his earthbending. But once I got back up, I was able to start hitting him and I was pretty sure I was going to win. But then I found out that nobody here in this game respects the 1v1. So that was a pretty good first experience of the game. And then I tried attacking the guy who ruined the 1v1 last time, and I had actually kind of learned the controls, so I was doing better this time, but he still ended up beating me because he actually knew how to play the game. And it was here that I realized just how much of a pain this game was going to be to learn. But I did notice that a lot of people were playing on controllers, so I grabbed my Xbox controller, and the controls were honestly a little easier to understand. And now I was feeling super overconfident, thinking that I could take on this random bear, but apparently I could not. But this made me want to try earthbending because everyone was beating me with it, and it was so much fun. You could make walls and other objects and just throw them at people, just like in the show. It was really cool. And here I was actually able to get my first kill, not from skill or anything, but because I just pushed this guy into the shop and just kept hitting him and he couldn't do anything about it. And after this I wanted to do an actual 1v1, so I just ran over to this random guy and threw a rock at him. And I punched him a little bit and threw a wall at him, and I found out that waterbending actually blocks a lot of things. But a kick in the back deals with that pretty easily. And now that he was super low on health, all I need to do is throw a rock at him and punch him a little bit. He even started running away, but that did not last long for him. And that is my first actual kill in this game. After that I saw Homer Simpson in the distance and I tried using my earthbending on him, but he was just trying to run away. And he really did not look like he knew what he was doing at all. But he definitely knew how to dodge, and it was very annoying because he would just dodge me and throw tornadoes at me or whatever. But then weird looking SpongeBob guy comes over and ruins the 1v1, and instead of fighting SpongeBob or something, Homer Simpson saw this as an opportunity to beat me. It was super annoying. If it wasn't one person hitting me, it was another. It was really hard to fight them, and I did not stand a chance at all. But almost immediately after I died, Homer Simpson started attacking SpongeBob because I guess I was just a hit and run. You get it? Like, the game? Hit and run? But after that, I wanted to try waterbending. So basically with waterbending, you just gotta grab water from water sources and then get assaulted by SpongeBob. Then water whip him one time and wish that you never chose water. No, it is not skill issue. You cannot tell me a skill issue. It is water. The water is bad. You can't change my mind. So then I started fighting people with my firebending again, and I actually did pretty well. But I saw SpongeBob talking to the shopkeeper, so I was gonna wait for him to finish so I could attack him. But since SpongeBob took so long, I just ended up fighting another Homer Simpson. But I guess that SpongeBob's spider senses went off and he noticed that I was fighting someone else, so it was his perfect time to ruin the 1v1 again! But unlike the last two times, I was actually kinda ready for him and I knew what I was doing, so I eventually ended up beating him. But I guess the two Homer Simpsons was just waiting for one of us to die so they could pick off the last person surviving. It's people like Homer Simpson who ruined this game. So I switched to earthbending, and then after that, I fought some guy, I beat him, Homer Simpson threw some rocks at me and third-partied again. Someone joined the server who I expected to be a noob, but he was absolutely unstoppable. Then I was winning a fight, and the guy from earlier came over and decided to kill me again. And by again, I mean 2 times. He was very annoying. But not all bad things, because I saw Homer Simpson and I decided to third-party him, just like he always does to me, and I was actually able to kill him. It felt really good. And I went over here and saw this guy practicing his waterbending. He looked like a pretty chill guy, but I still wanted to fight him. And he had this really annoying strategy of hitting me and then running away and doing that over and over again, but I did not let that happen for long. Then I fought this waterbender guy who was actually pretty good, but I was actually better than him because I was learning the game. Or at least I thought I was because I fought this guy and got absolutely obliterated by him. I did not stand a chance. Then I tried waterbending again because I mean, how bad can it... Okay, let me try that one more time. Okay, maybe if I just... Yeah, I'm just going back to earthbending. I'm done with this. After all that ridiculousness, I walked into a cave and I literally found the Pro Bending League from Legend of Korra. So I got in the queue. But when the round started, I found out that my teammate was Homer Simpson, who was terrible at the game, and then the other team had SpongeBob and another guy who were both really good at the game. When the countdown was over, Homer went against SpongeBob, and I went against Scary Blue Firebender guy. I used the wall to block his first attack, and then I blocked his second attack with a stone pillar and used it to hit him a little bit, but then he hit me and I dodged out of the way. I threw a rock at him and then he dodged my wall and dashed over to beat the living tar out of me. And Homer was doing terrible. This was still an even fight, so I threw a wall at him and he somehow glitched through it and just trapped me in a death combo. And even Homer Simpson got backed into a corner and we did not last long after that. After all that, I fought some random guy who actually thought waterbending was good, and I found the Pro Bending League, but it's just a 1v1. I've been looking for a way to 1v1 people this whole time, and I finally found it. All I had to do was wait for the round to finish, and I went up against this random purple guy, and I thought he was going to be pretty easy to deal with because I was just doing a really good job comboing him and stuff, and he couldn't really do anything about it. But it was this moment right here. This is the moment where I started losing. I could just show you the whole fight or something, but I could just say it in 2 words. I fumbled. But I was just walking around and this guy jumped me, and it was probably the shortest fight I've had so far because he was really good at the game. And my character absolutely flew. And I really wanted to 1v1 someone, so I kind of just waited in the 1v1 thing, and someone did come. Homer Simpson. Not the one from the Pro Bending League, the other one. And I was happy about this because they couldn't run away and they were just stuck in here with me. And I was also able to test my waterbending on someone who wasn't ridiculously good at the game. But I found out that they actually were really good at the game. Well, either that or I'm just terrible with waterbending. Actually, no. Waterbending is bad. That's the problem. But this fight right here really made me want to stop trying waterbending because it was really hard to fight this guy. And it really seemed like all the waterbending attacks were really slow, so you could either dodge or block every single one of my attacks. Well, except for this one, I guess. And right here is where I died. Just look at how much health Homer Simpson has. It's Homer Simpson, and I couldn't do anything. I wanted to at least beat someone before I stopped using waterbending, so I went over to the Bending League again, and I got the worst person I could possibly fight. The purple guy again. But the most unexpected thing happened. I died again. I just wanted to make you guys think that I had won, but obviously I did not. How in the world am I supposed to do anything with waterbending? The show makes it look so easy, but I can't even beat Homer Simpson. Okay, I'll get it eventually. Hopefully this time I don't get a ridiculously good opponent. And it's the purple guy again. I went again, and guess what? My enemy was also using waterbending, so this was going to be so easy. But this is when I found out that waterbending can actually be good if you just spend a lot of time learning it. But I did not do any of that, so obviously I did terrible. This person, on the other hand, was absolutely destroying me. So I guess waterbending isn't that bad. Or maybe it is still bad, but this person is just pretty good at it. But compared to me, it looks really good. So, in conclusion, I am confused. At this point, I promised myself that I wouldn't switch to any other bending until I actually beat some of my waterbending, so I knew it was going to be a while. And the only way to get better at this was to practice, so I had to do a lot of that. So I fought the person that was really good at waterbending, and I thought maybe I should just try punching instead of using the bending a little bit. Who could have guessed? It did not work at all. And I also feel like the first round I fought against this person, they were just warming up. This one, they went absolutely crazy against me. I could barely even move without getting hit. And I died pretty quickly. Then I fought some earthbender guy, and yet again I got absolutely wrecked. At this point I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to beat anyone with my waterbending, but then I saw the purple guy and I tried fighting him again. And I guess I caught him off guard or something because I was actually able to beat him, and now I don't need to use waterbending. But he came back like 5 seconds later to reclaim his honor, and he definitely did that. And now I can finally try airbending. 250 Robux? I'm not paying 250 Robux for air. This isn't the Lorax. Okay, so airbending. So there's air dodge, air jump and slam, air tornado, air shoot, and everyone's favorite, air breathe. And with my new abilities, I went off to go fight people. First I fought this guy who was also an airbender. It was an annoying fight, and for some reason 2 other people joined in, and it did not end well for me. Then I went to the arena to fight someone else, and just look at the opening move this guy does. Oh my god. What was I meant to do? And I ended up losing, but what just happened was basically like putting a professional boxer against a toddler. Then I lost to this random firebender guy. But I accidentally clicked the training area button, which is where you can train, I guess. Not really that useful, but it's pretty cool to learn your moves, I guess. I wish I knew about this earlier. And I died just a few more times before I was finally able to beat some of my airbending. Did I regret buying it? Maybe just a little bit, but it's still kind of fun to use. I just gotta get good at it. And then I got in a fight with John Avatar himself. Although I was using earthbending, because that's probably the only one that I've mastered so far, but I still ended up losing to him. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Play the game if you want. It's a pretty fun game, and if you have any ideas for a game that I could play, say it in the comments, I guess. And goodbye, and subscribe too.